Hey guys, my name is Simpzy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Total War WARHAMMER II. Here today on the channel. We're back on our Mortal Empires GROM the Paunch Broken Axe campaign. This is episode 2. In today's episode we have the siege of Carcassonne. Grom and his massive WAAAGH have, well, called a war against the Fey Enchantress. So we're going to be fighting that battle, that siege here today. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series and where you'd like me to expand and conquer. If you don't like Total War Warhammer, feel free to leave a dislike. Got to say a huge thank you to the Creative Assembly for sending me a free early access copy of the Warden the Paunch DLC and making this Let's Play possible. So a huge thank you to them and to their community team. I'll put in the description below the Steam page for Warden the Paunch if you'd like to check out some further information. If you want to buy a copy of Warhammer 2 or the Warden the Paunch DLC, the Steam page is there. But if you want to flick me a couple of bucks, I also have my CD Keys affiliation link there as well. So, let's cook up some recipes. We've got some more offal sausage coming through, which will give us charge bonus and some various buffs here and there. In the last episode, we managed to take out Parabon. We have 4 settlements under our control. Now we're pushing south against the Fey Enchantress. Unfortunately, a lot of the High Elf factions have declared war upon me. Which sucks, but so be it. We've got enough siege equipment here now to do a quick save and a hard save, and then we'll push against the Fey Enchantress. So let me know in the comment section down below, guys, where you'd like me to expand and conquer. I'm thinking burning Bretonnia and uniting it is definitely the play. We should by then most definitely have enough resources to then push over towards the 10 kingdoms. Sort of push over and risk the treacherous sea to burn Tor Idres and Athel Tamara once more. But you never know with this game, the RNG, we could get drawn into a war against the Wood Elves, the Skaven to the south, Norska or Empire, even Vampire counts, to the north. Alrighty, welcome to the battle map, the Siege of Carcassonne. Now, it's actually a smaller settlement than that of Parabon, just by looking at it. We've got 1 battering ram, but obviously we're playing Warhammer, so each individual unit has a has ladders in them. So we'll try and push up where we can. We've had 2 sieges for this series, which is really interesting. The Bretonians are pushing out with quick lightning raids, either getting destroyed or eventually retreating back to their castle domain. So it does make things a little bit difficult. We are taking a lot of green skin and gobbo lives, but it's all for the greater good. It's all because of the WAAAGH. So we should be right. We also get a free full stack because we have called a war upon Carcassonne, and if we are successful here today against the Fey Enchantress, we'll also get some additional buffs as well. Potion of Strength, Bangers and Mash. We got Swamp Breath with Tiddly, good old Tiddly. So we've got our Goblin Marchers here. They actually perform quite well. I actually quite like them. They suit their purpose, arcing their shots up on the wall. They're not as good as of course, High Elf units, which the High Elves are my definitely favourite faction in Total War Warhammer. I can't recommend them enough. They're such a fun and cool army build to play as. I am enjoying this green skin patch though, because just the aggressive and unique nature of these units. I prefer being a human, of course, but I'm enjoying this Grom campaign on Mortal Empires. I made the decision to go with Mortal Empires because just to mix things up on the channel. We played a Vortex campaign as Eltharion. I think after this, depending on your feedback and support, we'll do another Warhammer campaign as Imric. But let me know in the comments, should that be Vortex or Mortal Empires? I'm thinking Mortal Empires, but let me know in the comments. Right, come on, men. Come on, boys. Move towards. Right, so we'll push up where we can. Not all my units have scrap buffs, but my additional WAAAGH units are now coming in. We'll try push up and flood over the castle walls. Alrighty. So guys, unfortunately this campaign will end in the not too soon future. So let me know what you'd like me to replace it with. Doesn't necessarily have to be Warhammer 2. Can just be another Total War or strategy game that I've Let's Play before on the channel. Alrighty. So let's try and divide these archers up where we can. So we've got 3 river trolls, 3 stone. The stone are just fantastic. They are so strong, especially in defensive sieges. So we'll divide up. We should have numerical supremacy now to 60-40 in our favour. But we'll try and get our stone trolls in and our river trolls and just smash through. Whatever comes through that door, men, you are men of Bretonia. They're not going to make... they're not going to hold against the stone trolls. I can guarantee it. They're not also really strong and fantastic units, but according to Grom, they're absolutely delicious. Troll meat, you get some really good buffs from it. Okay, we're slowly but surely pushing upon the castle walls. We've had so many sieges in this early campaign. It's going to be tough against Bretonia. Obviously in Vortex you start off in the Badlands, further to the south, and you're dealing with the likes of Imric and Tomb Kings. This time around we're fighting with Men of Bretonia, so it's an interesting starting position. Our Orc boys are slowly but surely pushing up and over with Goblin Arrow Fire support against the peasants. But in a defensive position there, and they seem to be holding out quite well. In hand-to-hand combat, our Orcs are going to install fear and be bloody and brutal against them. Good on you, boys! We're at WAAAGH! Push up and over where you can. Cut them to pieces. Now how have we gone breaking down the gate? Oh, we have. We've gone through. Well, quickly then, quickly. Push through. They seem to break down the gateway so quickly. And there we go. River and stone trolls hacking and slashing their way through. And this means those additional reinforcements, melee that is, that are sitting there, can push over and help. Come on. Push for it, lads. Alright. Oh, okay. My archers have been distracted there. We're going to have to fall you back. It's because we've got the gateway open there. A unit that I focused their fire upon and targeted out have fled further back into the city. Yeah, maybe like depth-wise it seems bigger, this castle, but it's actually not. It's actually a lot smaller than the Paravon one. I guess it probably makes it harder to get flanking maneuvers and hammer and anvil strikes off. But clustering it up is probably what we want. We'll be able to send Grom in the additional units. But having a full stack attached to your army when you've called the WAAAGH, that's fantastic. That's a game changer there. Alright, let's push in where we can. We're making our ways up over the walls. Try and get my archers to target where they can. They're adding a little bit there, but try and pick a unit, because we are just absolutely rip-roaring through the gateway on the left-hand side. We're performing quite well on the walls here as well. We might need to focus some of their Grail Knights out. But so far, Grom and his huge, massive WAAAGH is burning Carcassonne here today. Man, we are just decimating them on the garrison. Even our goblins are doing well, arcing their shots up and over. So they got men-at-arms holding, peasants. Not really much else. Right, how are we going? Oh my god! Good stuff, trolls. they have completely fallen on this side. We'll continue to push and take the initiative. Good stuff. Let's push against some of those Grail Guard, because they're the ones that are going to take Gobbo and Orcish lives. We don't need to use a potion of toughness, he's okay. We can deploy Bangers and Mash and we'll try and get some of that going. Wow, we've nearly got him in a full retreat here. We have just numerically swarmed them here today. Right, try and push against some of the ones that are fleeing. Well, let's allow some of the heavies and archers to focus these guys. They're fleeing back to the town square. All that seems to be holding are the knights on the far side. We seem to be trading quite well here a little bit. A bit back and forth on this further side. But the siege of Carcassonne looks like it's going to be successful. Looks like we're probably going to have to end up fighting most of the Bretonnian legendary lords. The Fey Enchantress, even though Paravon doesn't have a legendary lord, they held out quite well. They've got Raponce, Leon, as well we need to watch out for. I'm sure Leon won't allow Bretonia to burn against the Goblin King. Okay, some peasant bowmen there are wreaking havoc. They're just hitting my men from behind. Once we get rid of these Grail Knights, we should be able to link up and unite on this far side. Yeah, they are just getting hammered there. Yeah, stop sitting flat-footed. Push. Continue to take the initiative. They're still holding there, which isn't good. Yeah, get my archers to hit them. We still haven't broken those knights. We might have to divert some of them away. Have we got anyone else sitting back here? What's sitting back here? Goblin archers. Let's bring them in. Maybe they can harass and deal some damage to those sitting back and holding the town square. They seem to be coming back and forth a little bit. Victory is inevitable, but it's just how many we won't lose overall units wise. Their knights are doing most of their work in heavy lifting. We've knocked and ripped through most of their peasants. It's just the more they can hold on the front line and those towers of the play. But our stone trolls are absolutely destroying the Bretonians here today. Oh my god. They're so good. I love them. Let's push against their trebuchets. Maybe that's what's hitting them as well. We'll push down here because unfortunately the guys that pushed through the gateway there have actually fully routed. Ones on the walls, not so much. Those goblin archers still haven't made their ways in there. We've got stone trolls flanking into the town square now. There only seems to be their trebuchets sitting in there, so if we can destroy them, we might be able to initiate a countdown. Yeah, it's just their archers trading. Oh, they seem to be all wavering now. Hey, victory! We have victory here today. We've beaten the Fey Enchantress. I'm not entirely sure buff-wise what she gives us, in particular to Grom. Hopefully it's a good buff. Alrighty. So we've only got a couple of... So what is it? 3 Gobbos. 2 Orc Boys. It's actually the WAAAGH units instead of mostly. Alright, let's end it there. A close one, eh? Okay. So, we lost 1.4. They lost 1.6. Looking at the casualties sustained and inflicted, we can't see the WAAAGH stats, of course. But the Stone Trolls, once again, massively overperformed to 20. Grom did 42. Orc Boys did really well. Looking for them, their Trebuchets. As I said, Grail Knights are doing really well. Their Archers as well. Their Peasants, not so much. But we've taken out the Fey Enchantress once and for all. She cannot poison the mind of Gobbos. Cannot poison minds of the Goblin King. Gree Bits Faux Spike. We probably should have allowed him to push and take most of the casualties because the war will end at some point. So you basically get a free stack attached to your army. So it's definitely worth trying to be aggressive and keep it up. So we lost one Orc Boy there. We deployed 3.2, they had 2.7. So we only outnumbered them by about 500 or so. But we've defeated them here today, and the war has been successful. We're going to be able to get some decent buffs for completing the war as well. Alright, let's take the city. Let's loot and occupy for 6.4k. And now that we've been successful, we should get those buffs. Defeat the Fey Enchantress. 10% casualty replenishment. That's pretty good. Province secured Carcassonne. War target occupied. Maybe we have to hold it for 17 turns. No matter. We can do that. Alrighty, and Carcassonne have one settlement left, and it's further to the south near Ilia. I'm happy to sue for peace because I'm happy to hold Carcassonne's lands that we took, because we are with a lot of factions here. We've defeated her once. I'm happy to sue for peace. Would you break like any pacts to try and piss people off? No. They'll give me 2,000 in peace. I'll accept that. No issues, because they're pushing too far south for my liking. Okay guys, welcome to the top of the turn. It's 33 in our Let's Play. After the peace with Carcassonne, it's time to push against the rest of the Bretonnian counts and bring Bretonnia under GROM'S domain. We're at strength ranked 5, and it's time to push upon now Bastogne. Let's push upon Bow here. Now, if we get the dwarves, if we get them to draw us into that war, we don't have to attack them straight on, which I'm going to do. So let's push into, is it Montfort or? Yeah, Montfort. That's where he's in. So we'll build up some siege equipment. For now, Bretonnia is split. They're not under a united force. So we want to try and divide and conquer them as best we can. Alrighty, my siege equipment has been built. Let's push upon Montfort. We've also got basically 2 stacks with us as we push, because Sozpug in the reinforcing army is going to help us one out here. So, Montfort has fallen. Once again, the Bretonnians are sitting and hiding and cowering behind their walls. But GROM'S massive war should be able to make quick work of the rest. Oh, we got 1,000 men in battle. And we've unlocked the quest battle for the Axe of GROM against Git Guzzler. We could go deal with him eventually in the future, no problems. Alright, so we've taken Montfort. Let's push towards their capital now. There even seems to be another greenskin army further south. That's good. The more greenskins in Bretonnia, the better. Richard Beast Spitter. And we should be able to take out Bastogne here today. Let's repair and hold up where we can, because I've only got a small army on the outside. We're actually bordering with Mousillon now, so we might have to deal with the vampires and then Artos to the north. Alrighty guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Turn 40 in the Let's Play. We're down near WAAAGH now. We have 2 armies in operation. We've got really good relations with Skarsnik. We actually have a military alliance with him now. But we're actually going to be joining the Red Duke's war against WAAAGH. He has 2 settlements to the north. The Red Duke. We'll push south here against WAAAGH, and we're actually going to be able to bring further reinforcements if we want as well, which is fantastic. So we'll continue the siege here. Now that we're actually starting to unite a decent chunk of Britannia into GROM'S WAAAGH. Never forgetting Altharians, blood feud with Grom. Alright, let's take basically Aquitaine. Aquitani. These names really confuse me because they're so close and eerily French. Because I play a lot of historical games, I nearly go to say the historical name, like, and vice versa. Alright. So, let's push to WAAAGH now. I've only got one more turn with our WAAAGH before it disbands. And I don't want to lose it. Because then we're fighting 1 stack. Instead of 2. We're fighting with 1 stack instead of 2. So, let's try and push against WAAAGH. He's got an army outside. If we can target that... that'd be easier, but it's not. They've pulled further back. Damn it. I was hoping I could drag out the garrison and full stack inside. But it looks like we're just going to have to go against the full stack there. Let's chuck a quick save. Oh, and we've won. Crikey. We had to do it. We had to sort of push for it this turn because if we didn't, we'd lose that army. And now we've taken out WAAAGH. There only must be now Raponson Lyon to the north. And I believe it's Artos. Right, so we're only 1 turn away now for completing the WAAAGH. Kill the humans. Trophy, which is +2 obedience worldwide. And the WAAAGH resets. So, let's end the turn here. And receive our bonuses. Estelia has been destroyed. Scourge of Cain. WAAAGH have come out with it to attack with like a small army there. But we might have to deal with Mousillon to the north. Ah, they've just trespassed. Great. Oh, they might have dealt with... No? I don't know.
Well done, my lord. You have successfully completed your WAAAGH and claimed your trophy. Not only do rival war bosses gaze upon it with envy, but it will also boost the tribe until you claim your next trophy.
So we get obedience and a regiment of renown. Alrighty, it's time to push against Artius. Yeah. Ois. Yeah, I thought it was like Artos or something. So, unfortunately, Grom now doesn't have his WAAAGH units. It's going to be quite some time. But I've managed to replenish and rebuild my army with some Black Orcs. We have 4 units of Black Orcs with 3 aggressive scrap repairs, 1 defensive, and we've also got a lot of stone trolls, 4 in our ranks. We'll negotiate with Heinrich Himmler to join their war, because even though it's a bit of a cheesy way to get around defensive and military pacts, instead of just straight up declaring war upon them, we can get better relations with the vampires, for example, to get further trade and... Or we can actually get trade as Grom, but further military and diplomacy actions. Okay, so they've actually pushed further south. Chilfroy. Unfortunately, they seem to be one of the more weaker factions that we've faced. They're pushing down to Baston. Okay, well, let's go straight for their capital, as they've pushed and fled further south. Nathan with a small garrison. We should be able to make quick work of those inside. Decisive. Whoa, loot and occupy for 10k. I don't mind if I do. We can spend that on our new Badlands we are creating. Hopefully they don't push too far south. I don't think they've got enough men to actually challenge a city. So let's go with more da big lads. Okay, so I've actually pushed back there now. And the other ones are raiding me. Well, that's not too bad. We're only losing 137, but we should be able to push back and defeat this other army. Yep. We've got the auto resolve in our favour now. And we phased out those goblins, so we don't have them anymore. Mostly orc boys. We've got some night goblins as well, and we'll loot and occupy this one. And we've also got some more river trolls as well. 6 territories and a new recipe as well. Fantastic. So now we've taken the forest of Arden under GROM'S control. So this is what we currently occupy in the GROM campaign. Most of southern Bretonia has now capitulated to GROM. We have Carcassonne to Borderlex to the north, pushing upon the dwarvish and vampiric borders. We are at war with the Wood Elves and the High Elves in the west still. Oh, Dirthu's actually surprised attacked Grom here in the forest. We'll retreat. But I wonder if Treebeard will continue the push. Luggish has been attacked with my second army. Waterfall Palace. Although it's unhospitable, sacking it will give us a lot of money to continue to rebuild GROM'S Bretonia. We'll just see how they go. The thing is with the Wood Elves, they're just so annoying. Because they sit back in their forest so long, but then they occasionally push over and raid. I think we need to deal with them here today. We want to try and eliminate as many enemies as close to us as possible. And Dirthu is now on the Goblin King's hit list. And we've won. But it was a close one. My second army was basically depleted, while the main only took 3 units of Black Orcs out. That's alright. Once we sack the Waterfall Palace, I don't even know if we can occupy it. Anyway, we'll be able to nearly raze it to the ground. So push in. There we go. Nearly 33,000 if we sack it. We're going to need to do it. Oh my god. 43,000 now. We can't raise it to the ground, but I guess we'll just loot and occupy it for now. Finally, Leon Kier has declared war upon us, but he's brought in the Reichland. You kidding me? Man. Unfortunately, guys, it's time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching episode 2 of the Total War Warhammer 2 GROM campaign. Man, oh man, we've had a hell of an episode here today. We've defeated the Fey Enchantress once and for all. We've knocked out the most of the minor Bretonnian accounts. Who is left in Bretonnia now is the vampire counts, the Red Duke and Heinrich to the north. Leon Leoncoeur, not Leon, Leon, still occupies most of the north, but he's brought in the men of the Empire. Karl Franz and the Reich might push over the mountains, but only time will tell if that happens. But thanks for watching. Stay tuned for episode 3 of the GROM Let's Play. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series, and if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been Simpzy. Goodbye.